Welcome to the Explainer, where we transform complex topics into clear, dynamic presentations. So, you're thinking about a career in AI, right? If you're looking to break in or even just advance, you've probably hit that first big wall, choosing the right certification. The whole landscape can feel a bit crowded, and it's tough to know where to even start. And believe me, making the right choice really matters. According to a recent AWS study, employers are willing to pay up to 47% more for IT pros with AI skills. So yeah, the stakes are pretty high. So in this explainer, we're going straight to the source. We're going to deconstruct a multi-cloud AI study guide to decode what Google, AWS, and Azure are really looking for in an AI professional. We'll be using the kind of questions they actually ask in their exams. Here's our roadmap. We'll look at the big players, break down some exam questions, compare their toolkits, touch on strategy and governance, and then figure out your next move. Okay, let's dive right in and frame the challenge. It's a multi-cloud world out there, and each of the big providers has its own way in. All right, let's get into it. Our study guide immediately lays out the big three players in foundational AI certs. And, on the surface, they all look kind of similar. But when you dig into who they're for, a much clearer picture starts to emerge. Now, what's really fascinating here is how it shows the different angles each one is taking. Google's targeting visionary professionals, so think business focus. AWS is aiming at people who use AI, but might not be the ones building the solutions from scratch. And then you have Azure, which casts the widest net, welcoming both technical and non-technical folks. This gives you a really good first hint about where you might fit in best. Let's move to the real core of this. By looking at actual practice questions from our source, we can uncover the fundamental concepts you absolutely have to know, no matter which platform you end up choosing. Okay, first up, an AI robot is learning the best delivery routes. It gets positive points for fast deliveries and negative points for delays. What type of machine learning is this? This isn't about some perfect data set. This is about learning in the real world through trial and error. And the answer is reinforcement learning. The model learns by getting direct feedback, rewards and penalties, just like that robot getting scores for its performance. This is the same powerful idea behind AIs that can master really complex games. Okay, this next question gets at a huge real-world problem. How do you keep AI models up to date? And AI only knows what it was trained on. So how do you give it access to brand new information without a massive, expensive retraining? The solution is Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. This is an absolutely crucial technique. You can think of it like giving a model a library card to go look things up in real time. It connects the model to live data, so its answers stay fresh and factual. It's a game changer. And here's a question that gets at one of the most talked about risks with generative AI. It's when the model sounds completely sure of itself, but what it's saying is just made up. This is a classic example of a hallucination. The AI is basically making stuff up. Understanding this concept is absolutely key to using AI responsibly, and it is a major focus on all of these certification exams. So here's the crucial point. Beyond these core concepts, the exams test your knowledge of each platform's specific toolkit. You don't just need to know what RAG is, you need to know which service on AWS or Google helps you actually do it. Looking at the Google questions, they really highlight this focus on a big, comprehensive platform. You've got Vertex AI, which handles the whole model lifecycle. Then you have specialized tools like Imagen for images and Agent Space for enterprise data. It's a very deep, integrated ecosystem. Now, on the AWS side, the questions lean towards managed services that solve specific business problems. Bedrock gives you access to a bunch of different models, SageMaker helps you manage your data features, and Rekognition is all about image analysis. It's a very practical, problem-solving kind of approach. And for Azure, the questions in our source material show a really strong focus on building sophisticated conversational AI. You have the bot service, Luis for understanding user intent, and Q&A Maker for knowledge bases. It's a whole powerful stack just for creating advanced chatbots. What's really fascinating is that our source material shows these certifications go way beyond just the technology. They heavily emphasize the how and the why of AI. Which brings us to strategy and governance. And this just illustrates it perfectly. You can't just know the tech stuff on the left. You also need that strategic and ethical understanding on the right. Knowing about fairness, bias, and how to match a solution to a real business problem is every bit as important as knowing what a transformer model is. So, after deconstructing these exams and seeing what's really inside, what's the practical path forward for someone like you who's looking to get certified? Well, as learners who have actually used this material confirm, having a clear plan is absolutely key. It's all about being systematic so you can broaden your skills effectively. And our source material lays out a clear four-step process. First, understand the exam by reviewing the official guide. Second, expand your knowledge with the right training paths. Third, prepare with sample questions to get familiar with the format. And finally, schedule the exam. Commit to it. That structured approach is your best bet for success. So, we've pulled back the curtain on what it really takes to get certified. You've seen the core concepts, the different toolkits, and the strategic mindset that all of them demand. So the only question left is the one right there on your screen. Which cloud AI path will you chart first?